Hello, Virtuous Women, and welcome to day 9 of the Virtuous Woman Challenge. Day 9's focus is on finance. And it says in Proverbs 31:18, let's flip to it. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. So a few days ago, as a part of your challenge, you did have to find some ways to bring money into your household. Actually, no, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to have to find some creative ways to bring money into your household. So once you do that, that means that you have to put forth a certain amount of effort. So when we see that her lamp burns late into the night to make sure that her dealings are profitable, means that you have to put in quality time to make sure the quantity is right. That means you just can't start no business and just expect for it to make money. You have to constantly be working to make sure that your business is profitable, to make sure that you're bringing money into your household. But we'll get more into that household business on tomorrow. But today I want you to focus on one thing: a household budget. If you have not created a household budget for your home yet, that is something that I want you to focus on today. I remember thinking when I first had my daughter, I was like, okay, we're going to have to start budgeting in milk, Pampers, diapers, baby boy wipes, bibs, change of clothes, diaper bag, all the extra expenses that come along with having a child. And I really thought at some point I did not have enough money. And I began to panic. And as a new mother and you're already pregnant, panicking is not really something that you want to have on your list. When I sat down and actually created a household budget on what I was making and what my husband was making, we had more than enough money to cover our household expenses and still have money left over for the things that we wanted. And I had to figure out why we kept coming up short. What are we spending our money on? And like I wrote in my journal entry, we love entertainment. We like to go out for dinner. We like to go to the movies. We like to go shopping. We like to go and see shows. We just like being out and about. And that was taking up a majority of our household budget and making it seem as if we didn't have enough money. So creating a household budget actually puts your money into perspective for you to really be able to see what you have coming in and what you're spending your money on. Because 9 times out of 10, you have enough money to cover your household and still have enough left over for your hair, nails, and all your other, fancy things you like to spend your money on to take care of you. So if you have not created a household budget, create one today. List all the places that you have income coming in, even if you have help from a relative or your parents or a relative maybe who helps you, with babysitting or something that you might actually spend a lot of money on otherwise. That's a source of income because it's something that you don't really have to spend your money on. So don't forget those things too. Also make a list of all your expenses, everything that you spend money on. It's a good thing for like 1 week to keep track of all of your receipts. And that'll really give you a better idea of what you're spending your money on. And it will help you to realize how much money you really do spend at McDonald's and all these fast food restaurants. I realized at one point, like per meal, we were spending about $20. $20 stopping for breakfast and iced coffees and sausage biscuits and everything else, and stopping for burgers and fries and tea in the afternoon was another $20. And you start to realize, am I really giving McDonald's like $60 a day? No, McDonald's, you cannot have my money, evil McDonald's. And you have to really say to yourself, look, this is money that I could, $60 is like on a light bill or a water bill or a gas bill. Why am I giving this money just to be able to eat? I'm pretty sure I could buy $60 worth of groceries and eat for the entire week. So really be realistic with yourself. Even though fast food is an addiction, you might have to pray about that and see what other alternatives you need to live a healthier lifestyle anyway. Secondly, I want you to implement the envelope method. The world teaches us to really be on this whole bank system of being able to make payments easily and quickly with your debit card. But what I have found is if you don't keep track of that money that's in your account, you will easily suffer from overdraft fees. And the banks are kind of tricky now with those laws about what's considered an overdraft and what kind of overdraft protection you have. I will just say this: cash is always the best way. Be the bank of you, virtuous woman. You keep track of your money. You decide what gets paid out, what comes in, and how, who, whatever. And there's different places where you can stop and pay your bills if bill payment is an issue for you. But I just find that staying away from the banks is probably best. But to each its own. Do what works best for your family. But the cash method is a great method to use when it comes to finance because you have to allocate a certain amount of funds to certain things. So let's say you get $1,000 in your envelopes. You already have written out. You have to pay rent or your mortgage. You have to pay on the light bill. You have to pay the water bill. You have to pay your cell phone bill. And write the names of these bills on individual envelopes. So when you get your check and your money, go through and put that amount inside that envelope. That way, when it's time to pay your bill, all you have to do is grab that envelope. You already have the money there. Anything that is left over that is not in an envelope is your leftover money. I would suggest creating an envelope, especially for savings. Do not take that leftover money and not put anything to the side. Savings is so important nowadays because job security is not always a given, so you want to make sure that you have a little bit of money left over to the side. So please make sure you make an envelope for savings. But the envelope method is a little bit old school, but guess what? You'll save a lot of money. You don't have to pay those $35 overdraft and non-sufficient fund fees, which really can add up over time. It also helps you to say to yourself that this is the money that I have put aside for eating out this week. If we set our budget to $40, once the $40 is gone, you can't pull from another envelope and say, well, I'm going to take a little bit off my light bill this month because, the new concert is coming downtown and we got to get tickets. No. Once your entertainment fund is finished, that is it. That's all the money that you have. It's a way to discipline yourself. And maybe if you have a spouse who isn't so great with finances, it's a great way for both of you to get on track together in a non-threatening way. So you won't just feel like you're getting on your spouse, but it's something that you actually are doing together. So it's a great method. I want you to do that for me today. That's the only assignment that I have for day number 9, your household budget and implementing the envelope method. Please don't forget to get your needs first, savings next, wants last. That's not that complex. That's a thrift principle, and you want to stick to it. I'll see you for day 10. We're getting close to the end. We are getting close to the end. I'm going to be sad to see you guys go, but I know that you are going to be amazing, and I know that you're going to stick with me, right? I sure hope so. See you soon for day number 10.